Good morning. We are from the Rotary Club of Elk Grove, and the Rotary Club is a group of people who like to help other people. And today we're here to talk about reading, and so we're going to do a little skit for you, and we need your participation here. We have a studio audience, so whenever you see these signs, I need you to respond with these words, okay? So when you see this, you're going to do
Oink.
and when you see this, you're going to do
Grr.
And this one?
Yeah.
Very good. And with that, then we'll get started.
So let's tell, what's the name of our story?
The name of our stories is The Three Little Pigs Who Like to Read. Once upon a time, there were three little pigs who set out to seek their fortune. Their names were Pat,
Oink, oink, oink.
Chris,
Oink,
and Terry.
oink.
Before they left, their mother gave each of them a book filled with instructions about how to get along on their own. It was a big book with lots of information. It had a chapter about how to cook. It had a chapter about building a house that was strong enough to survive a brisk wind. It had a chapter about identifying dangerous animals. There were many other chapters about things like how to throw a baseball, where to find the best pumpkin pies, and when to plant turnips. There was even a chapter with complete lyrics to every Justin Bieber song. So Pat,
Oink,
Chris,
oink,
and Terry
oink.
said goodbye to their mother and set out with a supply of fruit roll-ups and their trusty instruction book.
We've been walking for a long time, at least 15 minutes. I think we should split up now and go our own way.
That's a good idea. I'm starting to get hungry and I only have one fruit roll-up left.
Good luck. Remember this book Mom gave us? I'm sure that it's going to be very useful.
So they split up and they went in three different directions. It wasn't long before Pat decided to stop and build a house.
Mom said there was something in this book about how to build a house. Here it is. The most important thing to remember is to reading is too hard. Who needs to read anyway? I can figure out how to build a house on my own. How hard can it be? It has to be easier than reading.
Meanwhile, Chris had also decided to stop.
I'm sure glad Mom gave us this book. Let's see, where's the chapter on building a house? Oh, here it is. The most important thing to remember is to choose a strong material for your house. With the proper material, your house can withstand even the strongest huff and puff of wind. I'm getting hungry. I'll read the rest later. Right now, I'm going to eat my last fruit roll-up.
By now, Terry had also spotted an ideal location for a house.
With the proper material, your house can withstand even the strongest huff and puff of wind. The most common mistake made by the first-time builder is to use weak materials such as straw and sticks. These materials collapse with the tiniest gust of wind. If you want a secure house, the best material to use is bricks.
In this neighborhood, there was also a bully. The bully's name was Big Bad Wolf.
I'm big, I'm bad, and I'll kick you in the knee if you don't do what I say.
Big Bad Wolf was wandering around and looking for someone to bully.
I guess I should get started on building my house. Hey, there's some straw. I bet I can build a house out of that pretty fast.
Let's see, it said something about using strong building material. Oh, wouldn't you know? There's some sticks. They look pretty strong to me. I'll make a cozy little stick house.
Boy, these bricks sure are heavy, but I bet it'll be worth it. Once I'm done, I'll be safe and snug inside my sturdy house.
Right after Pat finished the straw house and was inside relaxing, Big Bad Wolf came to the door.
Little pig, let me in.
No, go make your own house, you big bully.
Little pig, let me in.
No, not by the hair of my chinny chin chin.
Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in.
Knock yourself out, big guy.
So Big Bad Wolf huffed and he puffed and he blew his house in. Pat squealed and ran away.
I guess I showed that piggy who's boss.
Pat was running for his life. Just as he stopped to catch his breath, he noticed Chris putting the last stick on the roof of his little house.
Chris, quick, inside. There's a bully after me.
What are you talking about? Who's this bully?
I don't know, but he destroyed my house.
Well, we're safe in here. I used lots of strong sticks to build this place.
Just then, there was a knock on the door.
Who's there?
Big Bad Wolf.
That's the bully who blew down my house.
What do you want?
I want in.
Go away, you big bully.
Little pig, let me in.
No, not by the hair of my chinny chin chin.
And that goes for the hair on my chinny chin chin too.
Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in.
So what do you think happened? That's right. Big Bad Wolf huffed and he puffed and he blew the house in. And there was Pat and Chris standing in a pile of sticks. Luckily, Big Bad Wolf was laughing so hard they were able to get away.
Pigs make lousy builders. I haven't had this much fun in weeks.
As Pat and Chris were running, they spotted something over the next hill.
What's that?
Looks like smoke.
Sure enough, as they got to the top of the hill, they could see a sturdy little brick house with smoke rising out of its chimney.
Quick, let's see if the owner of that house will let us in.
We should be safe from that big bad wolf in there.
So they knocked on the door.
Who's there?
It's Pat Pig,
And Chris.
and we're being chased by a bully called Big Bad Wolf.
Oh, it's you guys. Come on in. And make sure you lock the door.
What are you doing?
I'm just sitting here by the fire reading this book that Mom gave us.
Reading is too hard.
It's hard at first, but it gets easier. And it's actually a lot of fun.
What are you reading now?
It's an interesting article about bullies. It says here that many bullies are really afraid and that they act all tough so that no one will find out what they're afraid of.
Just then, there was a knock on the door.
Who's there?
It's Big Bad Wolf.
He doesn't sound very afraid to me.
What do you want?
I want in.
Well, that's not a very nice way to ask.
Little pig, let me in.
Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin.
It's Chinny Chin Chin.
That doesn't make any sense.
Just say it.
Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin.
Don't you know who I am? I'm Big Bad Wolf, and I always get my way. So let me in.
Not unless you say pleasey. Please, please.
Oh, don't overdo it.
Go away, you big bully.
That does it. I'm going to huff and puff and blow your house in.
So, Big Bad Wolf huffed and he puffed and he huffed and he puffed some more. Then he really huffed and puffed, but the house didn't budge.
I'm sure glad you made your house out of bricks.
Yeah, where'd you get that idea?
It was right here in the book that Mom gave us. Didn't you read it?
Well,
This is really a fascinating book. There's a lot of interesting stuff in here.
What's that noise?
sounds like somebody crying.
Terry walked over to the door and opened it.
What are you doing?
What's wrong, Big Bad Wolf?
I can't read. The only thing I'm good at is scaring people and blowing down their houses. But you aren't scared, and I couldn't blow down your house. I'm not good at anything.
inside and get warm. It's cold out there. I can teach you to read. It's really not that hard once you get the hang of it. And it's more like fun than being a bully.
So Pat, Chris, Terry, and Big Bad Wolf sat around the fire while Terry read a story about a little girl with golden hair who happened upon a house that belonged to a papa bear, a mama bear, and a baby bear.
And so the bears weren't home?
Where were they?
They were at the library, silly, getting some new books.
And so the three little pigs and the wolf all lived happily ever after.
Yay!